Initial sounds substitution, kindergarten phonics CVC lesson with short A words. These are objectives and Common Core standards. This word is mad. Say mad. If you change the in mad to what word do you have? Had. If you change the in had to what word do you have? Lad. If you change the in lad to what word do you have? Pad. If you change the p in pad to d, what word do you have? Dad. If you change the d in dad to t, what word do you have? Tad. If you change the t in tad to s, what word do you have? Sad. If you change this in sad to t, what word do you have? Tad. If you change the t in tad to f, what word do you have? Fad. If you change the f in fad to b, what word do you have? Bad. If you change the b in bad to what word do you have? Rad. If you change the in rad to what word do you have? Mad. This word is wrap. Say wrap. If you change the in wrap to what word do you have? Lap. If you change the in lap to what word do you have? Nap. If you change the in nap to what word do you have? Map. If you change the in map to what word do you have? Sap. If you change this in sap to what word do you have? Cap. If you change the k in cap to t, what word do you have? Tap. If you change the t in tap to g, what word do you have? Gap. If you change the g in gap to z, what word do you have? Zap. If you change the z in zap to what word do you have? Wrap. This word is tag. Say tag. If you change the t in tag to what word do you have? Wag. If you change the w in wag to what word do you have? mag. If you change the in mag to s, what word do you have? Sag. If you change the s in sag to what word do you have? Mag. If you change the in mag to what word do you have? Rag. If you change the in rag to g, what word do you have? Gag. If you change the g in gag to what word do you have? Hag. If you change the in hag to b, what word do you have? Bag. If you change the b in bag to l, what word do you have? Lag. If you change the l in lag to n, what word do you have? Nag. If you change the n in nag to z, what word do you have? Zag. If you change the z in zag to t, what word do you have? Tag. This word is lax. Say lax. If you change the l in lax to w, what word do you have? Wax. If you change the w in wax to s, what word do you have? Sax. If you change the s in sax to what word do you have? Max. If you change the in max to f, what word do you have? Fax. If you change the f in fax to what word do you have? Max. If you change the in max to t, what word do you have? Tax. If you change the t in tax to l, what word do you have? Lax. This word is cat. Say cat. If you change the k in cat to what word do you have? Mat. If you change the in mat to what word do you have? Rat. If you change the in rat to what word do you have? Vat. If you change the v in vat to b, what word do you have? Bat. If you change the b in bat to f, what word do you have? Fat. If you change the f in fat to n, what word do you have? Nat. If you change the n in nat to what word do you have? Hat. If you change the h in hat to p, what word do you have? Pat. If you change the p in pat to s, what word do you have? Sat. If you change the s in sat to p, what word do you have? Pat. If you change the p in pat to k, what word do you have? Cat. This word is ram. Say ram. If you change the in ram to ya, what word do you have? Yam. If you change the ya in yam to b, what word do you have? Bam. If you change the b in bam to j, what word do you have? Jam. If you change the j in jam to p, what word do you have? Pam. If you change the p in Pam to s, what word do you have? Sam. If you change the s in Sam to h, what word do you have? Ham. If you change the h in ham to t, what word do you have? Tam. If you change the t in tam to what word do you have? Ram. This word is ran. Say ran. If you change the in ran to k, what word do you have? Can. If you change the k in can to what word do you have? Man. If you change the in man to n, what word do you have? Nan. If you change the n in nan to b, what word do you have? Ban. If you change the b in ban to t, what word do you have? Tan. If you change the t in tan to f, what word do you have? Fan. If you change the f in fan to p, what word do you have? Pan. If you change the p in pan to d, what word do you have? Dan. If you change the d in dan to v, what word do you have? Van. If you change the v in van to j, what word do you have? Jan. If you change the j in Jan to what word do you have? Ran. This word is mad. Say mad. If you change the in mad to what word do you have? Had. If you change the in had to what word do you have? Lad. If you change the in lad to p, what word do you have? Pad. If you change the p in pad to d, what word do you have? Dad. If you change the d in dad to t, what word do you have? Tad. If you change the t in tad to s, what word do you have? Sad. If you change the s in sad to t, what word do you have? Tad. If you change the t in tad to f, what word do you have? Fad. If you change the f in fad to b, what word do you have? Bad. If you change the b in bad to what word do you have? Rad. If you change the in rad to what word do you have? Mad. This word is fab. Say fab. If you change the f in fab to k, what word do you have? Cab. If you change the k in cab to j, what word do you have? Jab. If you change the j in jab to what word do you have? Lab. If you change the in lab to what word do you have? Nab. If you change the n in nab to t, what word do you have? Tab. If you change the t in tab to g, what word do you have? Gab. If you change the g in gab to d, what word do you have? Dab. If you change the d in dab to f, what word do you have? Fab.